Pradeep ji, I'm very pleased and honored to be having
My
this
pleasure.
opportunity to talk to you. And as we were discussing with all the members of MCCIA and Mr. Mukesh Malhotra, we would like you to give us your feelings about this airport in Pune and about how Pune has to grow further.
Okay, you know, this is something which has been deliberated, talked about, aired and shared for a long time. It's not a bit of a very complicated exercise to even evaluate whether the city like Pune, which is growing on multiple frontiers, virtually every night, doesn't have an airport worthy of its stature and size. Pune is difficult to define. What is Pune? People ask me. Is Pune the education center? Is Pune the manufacturing center? Is Pune the services center? Is Pune the sports center? Is Pune the cultural center? You look at Pune from whichever is city which defies definition. Now, if this is a hub for all these things and more, we really expect and we want transaction in terms of people coming and going out of the city. I, for example, work for a multinational Cummins. Cummins is a global company which has footprints in 80 countries. And for us in India, Pune is the center of gravity for Cummins in India. We want people to come, we do huge amount of things out here. And every time when we get people to come here, they say, oh, we have to come to Pune. But there's no international flight to Pune. Can we not meet at Bombay? Can we not meet at Delhi? And when my colleagues have to travel, it's an ordeal. They need to travel to Bombay at an odd hour.
So it has come to a very critical stage.
It has come to a stage where you say, oh my God, why is this city, which is worthy of so many things, which is generating so much revenues to the state, which is generating so much value add in every single field, is denied a basic infrastructure like a versatile international...
But they have been talking so many years that to find a suitable place which would be advantageous to all. Unfortunately, because of changing government or people, decision makers, they are not able to get land, is what I understand, or what the government understands.
Yeah, that makes the agony much more. They've been talking about it for so long, you rightly said. They've been talking about it so long. I cannot believe that a committed set of decision makers, and I'm not just bringing government, it could be the political forces, it could be the bureaucratic processes, it could be the citizens' bodies, I don't know who. But everybody is today not able to come in unison and say, this is it. After all, when people find land all over the country, all over places for everything that they really want, Bangalore struggled with it, but they came to a solution. Hyderabad didn't even struggle for it. New Bombay has happened. I do not see what's the problem in the city that we can't find
So
land.
you feel that it is not really the lack of land availability,
It's
lack of commitment or
It's
lack
absolutely lack of unified commitment. An individual comes and says, I'll get it done. He or she moves on to next role. Priorities change. And the one, it's in this matter, honestly in this matter, it looks like Pune is lawaris. Pune doesn't have an ownership at the right level who can say, hey, I'll make this commitment happen. We have seen governments come and go, we have seen leaders come and go, and we have not seen a single moment, even today. They just talk about it will come. And I'm amazed. I used to be amused, but I'm amazed and depressed with the fact that
we are not moving forward at
and Make in India and Digital India and Skill
Everything
India, but there's no landing ground for things to happen in Pune. It's injurious to the business and
That's
it's injurious
exactly
to the
what I heard when we were speaking last time. How does it really affect the economy?
I just mentioned to you, for example, if people find it difficult to come to the city, they'll say, let's avoid. When I want to get somebody to, not only just global people certainly do, but I'm not saying that we have to create something only for global people. Even from people around, they find it a major challenge to be able to commute.
So people are taking decisions, industrialists, captains of industries are taking decisions to skip Pune, go to Bangalore or some other location where there is more...
I won't... People take decisions based on multiple inputs. It's not a single factor which decides. One other factor that comes negative for us in Pune, when people want to take a decision, where do I want to set up?
But we see so many big global IT companies setting up base in Pune, in spite of this problem.
That's true. That's true. A lot of people are doing it. Are we going to use that as a reason for not doing anything further? Because I'm good, so their coming here because there are lots of beautiful aspects of the city.
There are
It's
knowledge
civil.
workers available.
See, it's civility. God is kind to us with weather. We are in the center of India. We have got beautiful landscape around. It's an sane city. It's an
Weather is
all-orderly
attractive.
city. There is education institution. There's everything. They come because of that. And they're not saying, hey, I'm certifying that you don't need an international airport or a big airport.
We'll manage it.
They're not even saying, "Ki, I like your present air No, they all start. Look at the people who commute overseas. I'm on the board of another company called Persistent, where my IT guys are traveling all the time. And they dread to move to Bombay and take a flight. They will end up taking a flight to Delhi and so on. And it's a challenge.
So if supposing we had an airport happening quickly, as what you wish, you feel that the economic status and our ability to contribute to the exchequer of Maharashtra would greatly appreciate.
It's sometimes people ask me also on various other issues, if I am were to come up in Pune, what will happen to Pune? It's not possible to quantify one cause and one effect. It's not possible to say that our contribution would go up or my production or IT thing. It's not like this. It's a question of
Entitlement.
It's an entitlement and it's a sense of pain that stays here.
Yes.
This is a pain point for us.
It's not a problem of funds. Would you ascribe it to a problem of
With
funds?
the revenue that's happening and will grow any model, which is like all other models where you recover from
It
the
would
thing.
pay for itself.
And for individuals also it will pay. I'd rather pay something to airport authority here than travel to Bombay.
Correct. Because time is so precious. to
Yeah,
you.
plus,
Precious
I mean,
people like you.
we are talking today, you saw what happened on Bombay-Pune Expressway 2 days
The
back.
load is so high on the road.
Yeah. And I'm saying would be willing to pay so much premium if the state, the government authorities want people to pay premium and then only say they'll give an airport if they can be as cussed as that. But even if they're not being as cussed as that, I'm saying today I'll be willing to pay a premium to go to Pune
have an
airport and take a flight rather than go to Bombay
So
and go
in
to...
case the government...
Plus, it will decongest Bombay. Today, not only decongest Bombay-Pune roads, it will decongest Bombay airport. A good airport here can take care of the areas from Kolhapur, Nasik, everybody will prefer to come to Pune. So we're really missing out on a very logical, sensible, and continuing to pretend that we don't have a problem. We have a problem.
So I'm very happy to hear your thoughts on this critical issue. And like you, all your colleagues from NCCIA, I would like to have their thoughts and take it forward on Twitter, because I believe Chief Minister Fadnavis is on Twitter, all the government ministries with Modi ji's vision to have a digital India, and we are going to make a digital Pune to express our causes. I hope they will bring this to their attention and take massive action and quick action on these steps. And you are willing to contribute what they need if they are willing to take your help to make
Of course we're willing to, but let them not...
Because when I spoke to Mr. Pratap Pawar, he said that Bharat Forge, Mr. Kalyani offered to give 5,000 acres of his land, but they did not take it.
Yeah, that's different. I don't have 5,000 acres, but I just want to mention this to you. They acknowledge, I'm sure, at the end we want an airport, not a digital airport. We want a real brick and mortar airport, and that too very good. And I hope that it comes through to us.
And Pune has come in the global limelight, I believe, now with all the things that are happening in Pune. So we wish for the best. And
So to use your words, I think it's our entitlement.
it's our entire.
And this entitlement has been denied over decades now.
Yes.
For extremely cussed, unjustifiable,
Especially
flimsy
more so because we are contributing so